Welcome back to the channel. Something a little bit different today.
Welcome to Mid-Bike Crisis. Welcome to Mid-Bike Crisis. 1.6
or 1.9? That's a question I get asked all the time. People say, is it a 1.9? No, it's not, it's a 1.6. Is there a lot of difference between the 1.6 and the 1.9? Probably about 1 second, which is, you know, it's marginal, it's nothing. Back in the day, everyone wanted the 1.9, 1.6 less desirable, but what's more important, in my opinion, is getting a good quality shell, which this one is. So just ensure, if you get a 1.9 or a 1.6, make sure the shell's good, solid, it's had no rust, no welding. I looked at a lot of cars, a lot of 1.9s and a lot of 1.6s before I made the purchase for this one here, and it just so happened it was a 1.6, but I wanted a car that was solid, no rust, no rot, no weld, all original, which this was. It had fading on the bonnet and lacquer peel on the roof, which is, I could have just got the bonnet and the roof resprayed, but I thought it might look a bit odd. Brand new paint, so I opted for a brand new paint job. But it looks brilliant. So today we're just going to be giving it a bit of a machine polish because the car was sat under a tree just in the distance there at the end of the drive in the summer, and it's got tree sap residue, so it's just not looking as smooth and glossy as what I'd like. So we're going to crack on with it. We're going to get it stage 2 machine polished, give the interior a bit of a clean, not that it needs it, it is pretty immaculate. Get it photographed and listed on eBay, so I estimate this will go anywhere between 10 and 15 grand, dare I say. The prices on these are all over the place. There's buy it now prices for 7 grand up to 30 grand. So it depends on the condition. I'd like to put this at the higher end of the bracket, the 15, 16 grand mark. It's a really mint car. So let's crack on with a bit of machine polishing. So when you put on your pad, you just want to put like pea-size dots on. I'll just put four dots on, maybe 5. Normally put a dot in the middle, but these new pads have got a hole there. So 4 little pea-sized dots on your pad. Less is more. And then you distribute, work on sections, distribute your polish like so. And then turn your polisher on the lowest setting just to quickly go over like that, just to distribute all the polish. And then you turn your speed up to, I've got this set to like 5800 RPM, which seems to work for me on this paint. And then just do slow passes, not too fast, backwards and forwards. Keep stopping every now and again, have a little feel of the paint, make sure it's not getting too hot. Because that's when you run yourself into trouble, you start burning through the lacquer. And then you'll be ringing Andy up saying, can you sort my bodywork out? Slow, backwards and forwards until you've passed the section that you're working on. Put into that bit there. I'll tell you what, it's the only dry day we've had, and I could have had a ride on the motorbike, but I've got to get this done and I've got to get it listed on eBay for the weekend. It's always good to do smaller sections as well, then you can see your progress. And that straight away, looking at both, is just, it's like night and day. So if you're confident and you can get your head round one of these DA polishers, I'd highly recommend you have a go. It's not difficult, and it can be a little bit scary, but take your time. Practice on, tell you what you could do, go to the your local break-in yard and get a bonnet or something, and just practice on that, bring it up. But honestly, perfect, that's great, really happy with that. Right, that should do it, I reckon. Off with the polishing machine. Yeah, that's brilliant. Really, really, really good job, that. Someone's going to be really happy with this car when they buy it. Right, that's the roof done. I'm just going to do a few little few light passes on the sides. There's absolutely, to be honest, there's no wrong with the paint at all, but me being me, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist and a little bit of OCD. It's got to be done. One of the troubles of doing the polishing, you get polish everywhere. But if you're a pro, you'll be taping off all the trim. But like I said, I'm not a pro. I'm just a novice doing this stuff. Just another tip as well, when you turn it off, just keep your pad in contact with the bodywork. Otherwise, when it slows down, it spins more crap everywhere. But honestly, that, I'm not sure if the camera's picking that up, but that one real quick pass with the right pad, the right polish and the right polishing machine will give you glass results like that has. Honestly, that is absolutely amazing. Make sure you keep turning your cloth as well. That's absolutely glass-like. Look at that, you can see my van in the reflection. Absolutely stunning. So I'm just going to carry on. Just going to do that door panel next. I've done the bonnet and then the other side, then we're done. Right, we're back around the other side. Again, just a little spritz of, actually it was this detailer. That's pretty good. Not a lot of money. I mean, you could use water, to be honest, but I just think, personally, I like using a bit of detailer. I just think it lubricates a little bit better. But yeah, that's the polish that I use. It comes in 3 grades. You've got level 1, 2 and 3. I've got level 1, 2 and 3. So 1 is heavy cut, 2 is medium cut, and 3 is super fine polish. So if you just want to take a few little swells out. So again, remember, you just dab in the polish around, and then go over it real quickly, just distribute the polish, and then slowly wet your section. I don't think I'll get the pictures taken today because it's getting late, and I want it to be a sunny day for my pictures, because I really want this car to look good in the pickies. One thing you should always remember to do as well is take your pads off and give them a wash. These are from Amazon. They're again brilliant. They're really good. I used to get the Maguire's ones, but they were quite expensive. So these are called Car Soft. But Amazon got a pack of 5 for about 15 quid. They're really, really good. So don't forget, wash your pads in some soapy water. Otherwise the polish will dry hard and you won't be able to use the pad again. Well, you will, but you'll get a powdery mess like I did. But yeah, for now, what we're thinking. Let's have a little zoom out. That's looking pretty. But yeah, that gloss is, it's like a mirror. Absolutely. Hello. Fantastic. So really happy with the results. I'm going to go grab a coffee and then come back, give that a polish, and then we're pretty much good to go and get it listed on eBay for the auction. Classic 1990 205 GTI in a 1.6. Original as they come. Right, we're done. We've had a stage 2 machine polish, just a light polish, just to get rid of the bits of tree sap that was on the bonnet and the roof. That's my fault, parking it under a tree in the summer last year. So it's had a stage 2 machine polish. It's had a top coat of really good Maguire's polish as well. Fully detailed inside and out. So I'm going to crack on and get some pictures taken. This is going to go on eBay later on today or early tomorrow. So if you're looking for a lovely retro 1.6 GTI, you won't go far wrong with this car. It's absolutely mint. 1.6 or 1.9, I won't get too wet up about it. If I had a quid for every time somebody asked me if this is the 1.9, I'd have about £392 in the last year. So people seem to get really really wound up about the 1.9. There's no difference. 0 to 60, you're talking about a second. Let's be honest, these cars nowadays, you ain't going to be driving these like they were driven in the 80s and the 90s, like we used to drive them. So, you know, I've got friends who've rolled these, smashed them up. You know, they were driven to the max, these cars, back in the early 90s. And I'll be honest, you know, the difference between the two cars is negligible. The 1.6, and I have had both cars. The 1.6, in my opinion, is a higher revving engine. It's a more spirited drive, and it's more fun to drive. The 1.9 has a bit more torque low end, a little bit more top end speed, but again, you're never going to be doing these speeds. These cars now are for cruising round town, windows down, cranking your 90s tunes on, bit of Duran, and trust me, they're a real head turner, these cars. I've been lucky enough to have some nice modern cars that are head turners, but this car here gets the most attention. You go to the garage, you go to Tesco's, you open the door, people want to have a look at it, look under the bonnet, sit in it, take a picture. Oh, I remember those, I had one of them, my mate had one of them, is it the 1.9? So if you're looking for one, don't get too wound up. I looked at loads of these cars. There was some right dogs of 1.9s, horrible rot boxes, same with the 1.6s, and I settled on a 1.6 that I found off a guy in Newcastle that was solid, never been welded, no rust whatsoever. The only fault with it was the seats. They were knackered, they were completely worn, the material cloth was gone, the seats had dipped, the sponge. So I sourced new sponge seats, foam seats, side bolsters and cloths from a company that remanufactures in France. So they're made to the original specification, which is Biarritz. The cloth is called Biarritz on this phase 1.5. So yeah, it's had a full respray, yeah, and had weather damage on the roof and the bonnet. All the lacquer had come off, so I thought rather than just painting the bonnet and the roof, I'll go with a full lot so it all matches. So it's colour code matched to the original black colour of the car. It's been an absolute blast, this car. I've loved it, but I am looking hopefully to sell a couple of cars to fund an Escort Cosworth. I am looking for an Escort Cosworth, but I'm still waiting and waiting. I'm trying to see if I can get one for not crazy money, because I've seen these go from 60 to 100 grand. It's just too much for me to qualify in my head. I just can't seem to, I just can't spend that type of money on an old car. But, you know, for 15, 20 grand for a really good condition 205 GTI like this, maybe a little bit more, you know, you're going to get that nostalgic kick in the balls, and it's really, really going to make you smile, this car. So that's my 205 GTI, 1.6 going up for sale. I'm going to crack on with some photography. This has been Mid-Bike Crisis. It's not a bike video, it's a car video, this one. But what a car to do a video on. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next video.